And we'll begin today's story, which is a very heavy story. So we'll only say part one. The punchline will reveal tomorrow. It's late. So, Motel Kazlinda relates, in the period between the fall of the Tsar and the revolution, during that period, so Russia was in terrible turmoil, and various parties and factions were fighting for control. The red, the white, Bolsheviks, the communists, and others. It was extremely dangerous to be on the street. Many Jews, Rahman Letzlan, may God avenge their blood, lost their lives. Particularly dangerous was to ride a train in Russia.
What are we talking, the 1920s? Yeah. Or even earlier?
This is the 20s, yeah? Yeah. Because on the train, bands of these various parties were just, it was absolute toil chaos in Russia, and they would board the train, and they would kill someone for a pair of shoes, throw him off the moving train. Anybody, and a visible Jew, thrown out the windows, often common. And he said many Yidden were killed with this Misa Mishuna, this terrible death, thrown out of moving trains in Russia during this time. Rahman Litzlan. Now at that time, the Rebbe Rashabat called it Rabbi Fagin, his secretary, the famous Rabbi Fagin, who was shot by the communists subsequently. And he was given, but this is before the communists take control. This is, the Tsar probably had Mitshotchip, but it's around that time before the Romanov family were all murdered. And the Rashab gave him a shlichus to go to a certain distant place and bring from there back to the Rebbe Rashab where he was in Rostov a large amount of money, which was for the yeshiva. Reb Chassidic Fagin accepted the shlichus, of course, and traveled, and he's coming back now. On the way back, these Cossacks attacked him, and only b'chazdei Hashem he was able to, he survived this, just with the clothing on his shirt on his back, and obviously they robbed him of his money. You're not going to believe what happens after this. He comes back to Rostov and tells the Rebbe what happened. He just escaped with his life.
Go back.
So the Rebbe Rashab says to him, since you're an honest, so we cannot ask you of the money all at once to pay back. So therefore you'll pay back in small amounts. And indeed, all his life till he was killed, Akidash Hashem, from his meager wages that he got, he separated some to Timchet Timimim. Okay. I'll just tell you, Motel Kazlina says, it's not understood. What kind of Allah is this? B'chlal HaShomer is parted from Einzin, even if you paid for it. Honest. Hashem Echidam is for sure exempt. How much more so that he was sent in the first place in Mesiras Nefesh and ready to give up his life for it. He was ready to give his life for it. And what kind of time it is that, okay, since you're an honest, you don't pay it once, you're going to pay over time? So we're going to see what he answers, Reb Chatshe, Reb Motel Kazlina, to this question. But we're talking here.
2 minutes.
This is Yechudi Ilah in the deepest concealment mamish, hell and vehester. So, but Hasbari Pasha explains it, which understand it with their own seichel, as it were, and be in awe of Reb Chatshe. So that comes tomorrow, Be'ez Hashem. Okay, friends. Oi,